So for finances, maybe it's not a daily, maybe it's going to be a monthly or at least a weekly update of balances and a monthly update of all the finances. I do a quarterly update with my accountant and a quarterly update with our financial advisor to review what's going on. Your attorney, maybe as needed, or once a year check-in call. Get those just all scheduled. I schedule mine for the year. And then if we have to change them, it's really simple in Google Calendar. You just drag and drop to a different date. That way it's less thinking, it's less remembering, and it holds you accountable because you know that if you're meeting with the CPA in a week, you want to make sure all your numbers are in. The financial advisor, you want to update them on your finances, right? If you have some extra cash to invest, if this has been a slow year in the business, maybe you can't max out your SEP IRA contribution or 401k. Attorney, check-in call, if you're doing your estate planning, making sure you have a successor plan, a person that takes over your business if you have a business. Now, if you do not currently have a business, what is your goal? To own a franchise in the first half of 2026? Great. What are the daily habits? And maybe for example, everyone I work with, we're talking daily and I give you homework. So it may be a 30-minute call, weekly. So maybe a 30-minute call once a week with me, email whenever a question or concern comes up. And then homework, watch this podcast, give your franchise some thought, come back to me with analysis of the 3 franchise companies you're looking at, daily or weekly habits. Maybe you put on there 30 minutes a day dedicated to phone calls and research because it's going to vary. So these are things. And again, you can designate a time. So if you are in the office all day and your lunch is 12 to 1 and that's your only time, block it out. Leave the office, grab a conference room, do your research, bring your lunch to work. That'll save you a ton of time. And that way you can eat for the first 5 minutes and then go right into your phone calls, your research at your desk. If you're at the office and maybe talking with the local franchise owner, that's part of the research that you're going to be doing, the due diligence. So those are some things. And whenever I work with someone, we discuss this, we work on this as part of our coaching, which there is no fee for any of the coaching and services we offer to you. We are paid just like a real estate agent or an executive recruiter. So we go through things like that. So when people tell me I'm overwhelmed, I'll take a step back and say, okay, why are you overwhelmed? Well, I only have so much time in a day. So let's work within your means. So if you have no more than a half hour to invest, let's figure that out. Let's let the franchise company know that maybe you need to break up the calls, at least for now. But the intention is to eventually leave the job and run the business full time. Or maybe it's something that could be accommodated where you're at home by 6 and the call's done at 6. Everyone's in different time zones. So always be open and honest. And you can always ask. They can always say no, but maybe structuring early in the morning before you get into the office and your drive, and maybe it's just watching a pre-recorded webinar for that day, and that's your 30 minutes. Great. Check that off. And you can check these off. There's columns here. So you can check them on, you can just put an X that it was completed for the week, whatever the case may be. Again, just use this as a resource, as a template. Now, this is in Google Sheet. And the reason I do it in Google Sheet is that I can access it on my tablet or phone anywhere. I can give people access. If it's an accountability person, a business coach, my CPA, my financial advisor, that person gets full access to this information. Now, if you want to take it a step further, you can download this, and there's right here, file, and you can download into Excel, and that'll create an Excel file. The only reason I would do that is that if you are looking for an analysis, just say like I have different tabs here. I just created this for today, but I have some more business notes. My workouts and health are there. It creates a plan based off your requirements. So 3 days a week to lose 10 pounds. So if you're not certain, and if you want to stick more with the goals, you can enter the goal, 10 pounds for the year, gain more energy. Your preferences, I prefer walking and working out no more than 3 times a week with dumbbells at home. I don't want to go to a gym, whatever the case may be. And it will design a plan. You could do it for finance. You can do it for business and prospecting and things like that. It can even analyze your calendar. So there's a lot, if you give it access, and I think there's different levels. I have the plus version of ChatGPT, which is currently, or at least I'm paying, I think it was like $10 a year or so. Utilize AI where it could be helpful. Let it analyze it. You can tweak it. It can actually create, believe it or not, this spreadsheet for you. You can say, this is what I want on the left side. So I wanted to say MAP at the top left-hand corner. My categories are family, finance, health, house, and business. Add in the 2025 goals, 2026 goals in separate columns, as well as daily habits. Maybe you know all the goals, then you're going to utilize ChatGPT to create those habits and all into an Excel spreadsheet. You may know the habit, so that'll be one less prompt. But I would play around with it, give as much detail as possible. That way you can create that spreadsheet. You can even say, hey, highlight the goals in blue, daily habits in yellow. I was able to do that. Change the fonts, change if it's bold, underlined, whatever the case may be.
You've got your time blocked out, but how do you decide what tasks to focus on? You can't do everything. The next segment shows you the simple weekly practice that eliminates stress and focuses your energy on high impact business tasks.